Also tonight, chaos on Canal Street when federal agents swarm in to crack down on street vendors.
Of course, all of this going down in our area, popular with tourists and New Yorkers alike, looking for a bargain. Eyewitness News reporter Lucy Yang in the middle of it as it all went down.
And Sonia Rincon covering a similar situation that played out in Los Angeles, but with gunfire. We begin tonight with Lucy in Chinatown.
The migrant challenge was front and center today as a crowd of New Yorkers faced off against federal agents trying to remove migrants from this popular tourist location. It turned very ugly very quickly. Tempers flared, shouting followed by shoving. One officer pointing his taser at the angry crowd to get them to move. There were arrests as federal agents swept through Canal Street in Chinatown Tuesday afternoon. We're told this show of force was a joint federal operation including Immigration and Customs, the FBI, DEA, ATF, IRS, and Border Patrol. Their target street vendors who sell counterfeit goods on the sidewalk. According to Homeland Security, quote, during this law enforcement operation, rioters who were shouting obscenities became violent and obstructed law enforcement. We saw plenty of hostility on the street from both sides. The NYPD reports they were not involved in the arrest, while City Hall added, quote, resources should instead be focused on violent criminals. The flashpoint in Chinatown triggered a night of protests in Lower Manhattan outside federal buildings.
I'm so angry. What are they doing to our city?
I think they're harassing the citizens of New York.
The scrum was intense but eventually ended when agents left with those in custody. We are waiting to learn how many were arrested. In Chinatown, Lucy Yang, Channel 7, Eyewitness News.
Thanks, Lucy. I'm Sonia Rincon in the newsroom. New York wasn't the only city where immigration enforcement took a violent turn today. In Los Angeles, an ICE operation left 2 people shot, including a U.S. Marshal. Homeland Security officials say the Marshal and a suspected undocumented immigrant with a criminal record were wounded during a traffic stop.
This is 20th Street in Trinity, just south of downtown Los Angeles. You see the vehicle that was wedged in between the other 2 cars, the undercover vehicles. You can see the blood on the window. We do understand, as you mentioned initially, the suspect was shot. Their condition is unknown. Also, a U.S. Marshal was shot. Their condition is unknown, or at least initially what we have, we don't believe his injuries are life-threatening.
DHS officials say agents used a standard pit maneuver to detain the suspect who had escaped from custody in the past. But he rammed a federal vehicle to try to get away this time. That's when they say the officers opened fire. A bullet struck the suspect in the elbow, but another ricocheted, striking the Marshal in the hand. Both are in the hospital. ABC's Matt Gutman was on the ground in the residential neighborhood where people ran from the gunfire.
Just down the street, that black vehicle, that's an FBI vehicle. Beyond it is where the incident happened. But right here, that's a church, and on the other side of these LAPD vehicles, right across the street, that's a school.
The 44-year-old suspect is known as Richard L.A. 18 on TikTok. He's an influencer who posts and warns about ICE action. Tonight, he's charged with assaulting a federal officer and faces 8 years in prison if convicted. A DHS official blamed activists for encouraging those targeted by ICE to resist arrest. Last week in Chicago, an immigration enforcement operation led to a dramatic chase through a residential neighborhood, ending with a pit maneuver. The incident was followed by anti-ICE protests and clashes, leading a federal judge there to restrict the use of tear gas and order agents to wear body cameras, expressing concern about aggressive tactics. I'm Sonia Rincon, Channel 7, Eyewitness News.